Hello. Hi, Suzanne. This is Comeback Yoga. This is a level 2 class. We'll be practicing together for about 30 minutes or so. And if you've never been to a Comeback Yoga class, we're a nonprofit. We offer yoga and meditation classes to um, people who are serving in the military or who have served in the military, and to their friends and family. And we're really proud of that. And we um, have teachers teaching on YouTube. We're on PBS. We have a website, comebackyoga.org, and we have in-person classes across Colorado. Um, and if you want to be part of the community, just join. Just come and take a class in all the different ways that I just described. And if you're not sure what's right for you, you can go to our website, get on there, and contact our amazing, amazing staff. They're more than happy to help you connect to a class that's right for you. And if you know somebody who you think would benefit from these classes, please pass on the word. You don't have to be in Colorado to practice because we're online. And if you are in Colorado, then bring a friend. Um, let's get started. Uh, and if you're taking something that's called a level 2 class, you might be pretty familiar with yoga, or maybe you feel like you're in pretty good physical shape. Awesome. And if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not sure if level 2 is right for me, it's fine. It's all just yoga, and you can adjust it to however you want to. So no worries here. You can fold yourself up into whatever cross-legged formation that makes sense for you, and give yourself a tall spine. Put your hands on the tops of your legs, and let's notice just things. Notice your body, notice your head, your rib cage, your pelvis. Notice your position, notice your space that you're in, and then start to let your senses settle down. So we turn our senses inward. That's a practice of yoga, is turning your senses inward, paying attention to what's inside. You can settle your eyes down, let them rest in one place. You can maybe notice one of the things that you're looking at, notice a color or a shape. Notice things that you're hearing. You might notice my voice, or you might notice the ambient noises in the room, or traffic outside if you're close to traffic, or water, or birds. You might notice how you're feeling, your skin. Notice how your clothes feel on your skin, or the temperature of the air. You might notice humidity or the lack thereof. And go to some more subtle senses. You might notice smell. You might notice taste in your mouth. And go even more deeply inward. Notice your heart beating, and notice your breath breathing and the things that are happening inside your body. Maybe your digestion, other things you might notice. Connected to your body, your sensations, how you feel, your energy levels. Take a big soft inhale and stretch your arms way up overhead. Exhale and put your fingertips on the floor. Look down, stretch the back of your neck. Inhale to reach up, put your hands together, interlace your fingers, glide your hands over your forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, and lean your head back. Can you lengthen the back of your neck a little bit more? Stretch. And softly, let's bring arms out wide and tilt forward. Inhale to lift up, put your hand down on the floor, take your other arm and your other leg and stretch way out. Come in, free fold yourself. Sweep your arms out. Inhale, reach way up. Interlace your fingers. Put your hands on the top of your head, the back of your head. Lean back. Lengthen, stretch. And straighten up. Arms come out wide and tilt forward. Inhale to lift up. Put one hand on the floor. Stick your other leg out and reach way up and over. Let's refold one last time here. Hands on the tops of your legs. Take a big circle around with your torso. And then go the other way. Big circle around with your torso. Okay, we've moved most of the ways that our spines can move. Just a little gentle rotation, turn from side to side. Connecting in all those ways. All right, one forearm on the floor. Stick your legs out long. We're finding beginning of a side plank. You can put your palm down or you can have your hand in a fist down your supporting forearm and take your other arm up in the air and straighten yourself out. Give yourself a long line from your head down through your lower body. Pull up and in here at your belly, your stomach. Breathe in, breathe out. Press out through your feet and take your top leg away from your bottom leg. Then bend your knee and put your toes out in front. We might stay right here, or you can press down and try lifting your hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Hips down, straighten up, and then bend your knees. Push yourself up to straight arms, and then we're turning. It's a little sage pose there. Let's bring ourselves back into folded up position. Inhale, reach way up. Exhale, arms out wide, tilt forward. Inhale to reach way up. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head, lean back. And coming on up to the other side, stretch your legs out long. You can have your bottom hand in a fist, or you can open your palm. You can turn your palm down. Top arm in the air. Lengthen yourself out. You can take your top leg away from your bottom leg. Bend your knee. Put your toes out in front. You can stay right there, or you can lift into the side plank. Breathe in, breathe out. Hips down. Bend your knees. Push yourself up, and we're turning a little. And last time, folded up legs. Inhale to reach way up. Exhale, arms wide, tilt forward. Inhale to lift. Interlace your fingers, hands behind you. Stretch out the front part of your body. And then soften. Hands on the tops of your legs. Roll through your shoulders. Let's turn and face down towards the floor. And we'll find a bird dog. Stretch one leg back and other leg back. Then you can float your leg, stretch back, and the other leg back. Then you can do the bird dog with your opposite arm forward. stretch back. And you might try, I find this challenging, you might try same side. Might need to lean a little bit or readjust your position of your arm or your legs. We're coming into the puppy pose. Keep your shins on the floor. Stretch your arms out wide and out and in front of you. Press your palms down. Let your shoulders stretch out. We'll lift up and tuck your toes under and come into downward facing dog. And step your left foot forward. We're lifting up into the warrior one shape. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Take your arms overhead. And open up into a warrior two. You can move forward and back a little bit. Reverse your warrior. And straighten into a triangle shape. Lift up, put your hands down onto the floor, and let's come back into downward facing dog. I'm just going to turn. You can face whichever way you want to face. Stretching back into downward facing dog shape. Hands on the floor. Legs stretching. You're hinging at your hips. And you're stepping right foot forward. Your back heel comes down. Lift yourself into the warrior one shape. Nice work. And you're opening into a warrior two. You can reach forward and back. And center yourself. Find reverse warrior. And triangle pose. And you can walk your feet, readjust your feet for triangle anytime you want to. Hands on the floor. We're stepping back into the downward facing dog. You can do any variation of downward facing dog you want to. I typically like to do the one with my hands and my feet on the floor. You could walk your feet a little closer together. That gives you different stretch. Walk your feet a little wider. You could bring yourself down your forearms for the dolphin. Give yourself a couple of breaths in your chosen downward facing dog position. And then step your feet forward and walk your hands back. We're in forward fold. Put your hands on the tops of your legs and help yourself lift up to stand. Let's inhale and take arms out wide, up towards the ceiling. Sit in chair pose and sweep your arms back behind you, out to the sides, and then back behind you. And sweep up, interlace your fingers, put your hands at the back of your head, lift up and lean back. Straighten up. You're in the middle of your mat. Walk your feet out a little bit. Put your hands together. Sink back into the chair pose. When you stand, pick up your right heel, turn your right knee out to the side, and tilt your tree. Just looks like this. And lift up and find tree pose. Both feet down. Sit back down into your chair pose. Lift it up. Lift one heel. Turn your knee out to the side. Tilt your tree. And then we're lifting to the tree pose. Just put your foot and let it float. It's a gentle float, especially if you're anywhere around your knee. Strong foundation leg. Here, the knee turns out. Both feet down. We're still in the middle of our mat. Let's sit back into one more chair pose. Then fold over into forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Let's come into plank position. We'll find another variation of side plank. You can come back into that first variation of side plank if you want. You can plant one hand down, turn and open. Put your hands down, come into your plank position, and ease back into the downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, stretch your fingers out. You can find that different variation to suit your stretch that you want. And bring yourself back into the plank, and we're turning to the other side. You can do that first variation of side plank that we did with one knee on the floor, or you can plant one hand and turn. Come back into your regular plank. Let's walk hands and feet back together. Bend your knees, roll up. We're standing again. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, sit into chair pose with your arms wide. Bring your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers, stand up. Put your hands at the back of your head. Open your elbows and lean back. Straighten up, arms down. Hands together. Let's sit back into the chair pose. This time when you stand up, we'll do the tilted tree. And lift up to a dancer pose. Your leg that was floating is the one that is coming back behind you. And both feet down. Sit back into your chair pose. Lift up into your tilted tree. And your leg that was tilted in your tilted tree is your dancer floating leg. Both legs down. Hands together. Let's sit back into the chair pose. Then fold over. Walk your hands forward. And you'll come into the quarter moon pose. One hand down. Turn to the side. And your leg floats. Top arm can reach up, or you could wrap your arm around behind your body. Bring yourself back into your plank position. And you're coming into the quarter moon on the other side. Just turn, float, try to keep your foot and your hip in the same line. Top arm can reach up, or it can wrap around behind you. Back in your plank position, and ease into downward facing dog. Walk your hands and your feet back towards each other. Bend your knees, roll up. Inhale, reach out and up. Sit back in a chair pose with your arms wide. And stand up, hands behind you, interlace your fingers, lean back. And lift. Arms down, roll through your shoulders, up, back, and down. Settle yourself out. And hands together in same on all four sides pose. Walk your feet out a little bit. We're still kind of in the middle of the mat. If you're not there, you can get there. Chair pose. Tilted tree. This time take your tree leg, wrap it around your standing leg, and we'll find the eagle pose. And flyer eagle. Both feet down. Let's sit back into the chair pose and tilt your tree. And your floating leg wraps. Wrap your arms into the eagle pose. Flyer eagle. Both feet down. Center yourself. Square everything. Hands together. Sit back into a wide-legged chair and fold over. You can put your hands down onto the floor. You can walk yourself forward. Coming into a plank position. Bring yourself down onto your knees. Let's turn onto one side. Come down. All the way down onto your arm. Take your top leg and bring it in toward your chest. And you can bring your arm on the inside of your leg and maybe hold onto your foot. Might not work for you. If it doesn't, it's fine. You could hold onto your ankle. You could keep your hand just right here. But if it does work for you, you could try lengthening your leg. Sometimes I say in class, it's not a contest. I know it kind of feels that way though, when you're reaching for something. See if you can go easy a little bit and ease into it and allow yourself to come back to standard. And let's be on our stomachs for forearm plank with ankles crossed. Heads in line. Other side gets a chance. I'm going to turn. You're going to kind of stay where you are, I guess. And I'll turn. And you can bring your top knee in toward your chest. Take your arm on the inside and see if your hand and your foot connect. They might. You're trying to keep your hips in line. What tends to happen is your body starts to roll down towards the floor. And that's your body being really awesome and trying to help keep you stable. We're challenging ourselves a little by keeping ourselves hips in line with the wall instead of with the floor. And you can see if you want to stretch your leg long, you can hold on to any part of your foot or your leg. Okay, so this is a nice way to do it too, if you don't want to have your leg straight. And you're letting your leg come down. Stuff. Let's come onto our stomachs. Interlace your fingers. Can you cross your other ankle on top? Maybe you don't remember which one. I don't know if I do. Just cross and lift your forearm plank, and hips down, legs long. Put your palms on the floor. Give yourself a Sphinx pose, then maybe a seal pose. If you wiggle your hands a little closer up to the corners of your mat, you can press down into your palms and lift your elbows. Some of you might want to walk your hands back a little closer toward you. Some of you might want to walk your hands forward a little more. Um, just depends on how you feel in the moment. And you can give your neck a little more length and look forward. And bring yourself down out of your back bend, and we'll turn onto our backs. Once you're on your back, you can plant your feet down, rock your head left and right, cross your arms, cross your chest. I'll do the eagle pose. Unwrap your arms, unwrap your legs, and wrap the other one on top. It's cat yoga. Hey, buddy. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, and you can bring your legs closer toward you in the pigeon pose. And switch legs. Just simple, easy. Bring both knees in toward your chest. You can turn the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling and kick around in happy baby pose. Put your feet back down and wiggle your knees left and right. Rock your head left and right. You can interlace your fingers. Take your hands behind your head, roll up. Your hands are behind your head to keep your um, neck from having to do all the work of lifting your head and your rib cage. You're just assisting, holding some of the weight of your head. Lower yourself back down, bring both knees in toward your chest. Kick your feet up towards the ceiling. Push your hands on the tops of your legs and your legs into your hands. A little work there from your lower abs. And then let your feet plop down on the floor, rock your knees left and right. We'll move into resting position. Your resting position, it could look like this. You could just stay here. It could look like this with your arms and legs long, torso long. Or maybe you want to lay on your side, or maybe you want to lay on your stomach, or maybe you want to sit up because laying down doesn't work for you right now. Whatever makes sense, give yourself that resting position. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice your energy of your body, your heart beating, your breath breathing, your maybe your digestion. And start to notice the subtle senses of your body, your sense of smell and maybe your sense of taste. Swallow. Start to notice your skin. You might notice the temperature of the air, the humidity, feeling of your clothes on your skin. And then observe some things that you're hearing. Could be in your space, or maybe just outside your space, or it could just be my voice. Maybe you're playing music. You can start to blink your eyes open if they were closed and notice things like color, shape, light. And taking your time, gradually bring yourself back up to a tall spine. Once you're in your tall spine again, you can rub your hands together, tuck your elbows on your sides, and pull your thumbs toward your sternum. Observe the effects of practice. And then take a soft inhale breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Thanks so much. Thanks for practicing today with me and with Comeback Yoga. I hope you will come back soon and keep practicing with Comeback Yoga and spread the word about us. It'd be most appreciated. But the most important thing is just to come back to class. So please do that, and we'll see you next time. Take care.